Yo, what's going on, guys? KrispyFlakes here. For today's video, we are going to go through this article titled The Blockbuster NBA Trades We Want to See This Season. So this is an article by Adam Frommel, and actually what I'm going to do is we're going to talk about each and every single one of these trades, and if it makes sense, and then I'm going to take these trades and put them into NBA 2K19, do an entire season simulation, and see how it affects the record, see if it's a good fit, things like that. So if you guys could do me a quick favor and please drop a like on this video, it would be greatly appreciated. And also let me know, when I do these articles, do you guys want me to start doing NBA 2K19 simulations with it? Because definitely will do that. But the first trade we have is the Phoenix Suns get their point guard. So this is a trade of the Suns getting Semi Ojeleye, not the point guard, and also Terry Rozier in exchange for Troy Daniels, Eli Okobo, who was a rookie, and also the 2019 first round draft pick unprotected. So why exactly does this make sense for both teams? Well, for one, after this season, Terry Rozier is probably going to be looking for a starting caliber job. So I guess from the Boston Celtics standpoint, it's better to get something for him than nothing. Not to mention, Eli Okobo, maybe in a Brad Stevens system, he can really develop him to be that next, solid six-man point guard, while at the same time being on a rookie contract for the next few NBA seasons. You get an unprotected draft pick, which with the Suns, you never know what that's going to be. While I do think Terry Rozier would definitely improve their record, and it wouldn't be like a top 5 pick, it would still be a really solid draft pick to get, and not to mention you get Troy Daniels, who is one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA, guys. The Suns have gone on the record to say that he's a better three-point shooter than Devin Booker. So, getting that for your offense or anything like that would be great. And, even from a backup point guard standpoint, Marcus Smart could still fill that role, I suppose, especially if he, really plays well for the entire NBA season. And then, of course, Terry Rozier, I think, deserves a starting spot. I love this dude's tenacity out there. He's got the offense. He's got the playmaking abilities. Not to mention, this dude, when it comes to rebounding the basketball, this man attacks the boards, which I love to see. That is the type of hustle you want from your point guard position. And I just think, ultimately, he would be a good leader for the Phoenix Suns and really bring a winning mentality, since he, of course, got to learn under, Brad Stevens and also Kyrie Irving. He would be a great fit for the Phoenix Suns organization. I love this trade. Let's move on, though. All right, next up, we have Kevin Love to the Charlotte Hornets. So the Hornets will get Kevin Love, and the Cavaliers will get bitch-ass contract Biyombo, Jeremy Lamb, who is a really solid scorer, and a 2019 first-round unprotected draft pick. So it's kind of like a risk for both sides of things, because, of course, if you're the Charlotte Hornets, you would hope that Kevin Love is going to bring you, hopefully to the playoffs, because Kemba Walker, first week of the NBA season, was player of the week. He's absolutely killing it, averaging over 30 points per game with the making of this video. So, you toss on Kevin Love, who just has championship mentality and stuff like that, and all of a sudden, that type of trade could be big time for the Hornets, man. Now, from the Cavaliers standpoint, you do get that first-round draft pick. So it's if Kevin Love does not work out with the Charlotte Hornets, it's okay, then you probably got a top 10 pick in the draft. If he does work out there, it's probably still going to be an okay draft pick. I don't think Kemba and Kevin Love is exactly going to win an NBA championship. But also, you get out of that ridiculous contract extension or contract you just sent Kevin Love, that 5-year deal. You get out of that, and you get to focus on your rebuild. Bismack Biyombo, I'm pretty sure his contract's up after this season. Jeremy Lamb, he's got a 1-year, $7 million contract, I believe. So it makes sense for both sides. I really do like this trade, and it just makes the Charlotte Hornets a bit more competitive. And, of course, the Cavaliers, they get to focus solely on their rebuild. All right. Next up, we have Jimmy Butler joins the Philadelphia 76ers. So the 76ers would, of course, get Jimmy Buckets. The Timberwolves would get Robert Covington, Markelle Fultz, and a 2019 protected first-round draft pick. Now, from this standpoint, I don't feel like Markelle Fultz is a great fit alongside Ben Simmons. With that being said, I still think he has the potential to be a good point guard in the NBA. He goes to Minnesota, then all of a sudden, that is, the team he gets to grow with. They get rid of the veteran and Jimmy Butler, and they start to focus, solely on just building that team up 3-4 years down the road to try to be championship contenders. Markelle Fultz with Karl-Anthony Towns, Andrew Wiggins, that's not a bad trio to start off with. Not to mention Markelle Fultz can get mentored by Derrick Rose, who's actually been pretty solid this season. They also get Robert Covington, who's 27, 28. When he gets going, when he's playing his best basketball, he's a knockdown shooter, can bring some defense, do things like that, can be a bit streaky at times, but still, not a bad player to put alongside Andrew Wiggins. And then, of course, a lottery protected draft pick. It's still a first rounder, assumingly. And you're going to, it's not going to be a lottery pick because the 76ers are not going to be a lottery team. Well, at the same time, the 76ers, they get their closeout player in Jimmy Butler. This is one team that I really want him to go to. It just seems like the perfect fit. Ideally, you would probably play him at the small forward position, allow JJ Redick to start at shooting guard. Of course, you got Ben Simmons at point guard, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. And to me, that puts them as a top 2 team in the Eastern Conference, man. I will say the Raptors are playing great. The Boston Celtics are always a threat. I feel like, to me, that personally gives them a little notch over the Boston Celtics. I feel like Kawhi Leonard and the Raptors are the best team as of right now, man. Of course, my opinion can change as the NBA season goes along, but Jimmy Butler just makes total sense. He wants to go to a team with competitive players. Look no farther than Joel Embiid and Ben Simmons. Of course, they are young, like the Timberwolves are, so you got that going for them, but I feel like they got the right mindset of what they want to achieve out there, and it's the type of mindset and locker room that Jimmy Butler would definitely thrive in. All right, next up we have the Los Angeles Lakers land a center. So they get Nikola Vucevic, who last season was like a 17-point, 9-10 rebound type of guy out there. I feel like he can get a few blocks a game. He doesn't really like shoot three-pointer all that well, about 31%, but he can knock it down if he's open. And with LeBron James, Lonzo Ball, guys like that in your team, it's like the spacing is going to be there for him. But this trade, the Magic would get KCP, who has not really been all that great for the Lakers this early NBA season. They get a first-round pick. They get a second-round draft pick, unprotected, of course. And then, of course, it's like it also kind of fills the void for, okay, this is now Mohamed Bamba's team. He is going to start. And Vucevic, who I believe is on a one-year deal, is probably going to walk away anyway. KCP gives them an extra player out there, extra guard out there on a team that kind of does not really have the greatest guard play. And then, of course, I like what the Lakers do with this, too. I would probably say out of all the trades so far, this might be a little one-sided for the Los Angeles Lakers getting Vucevic. The Magic aren't really getting too much right here. But at the same time, if Vucevic is going to walk away after the season anyway, at least you get something. The draft picks are definitely very nice, and I like Vucevic playing for the Lakers. All right, next up. Oh, not to mention, I feel like it's important to know with here too. Plus, this paves the way for Josh Hart to start, which he should be anyway over KCP. Josh Hart's been balling. All right, finally, we have Mike Conley revitalizes San Antonio Spurs playoff streak. Okay, so of course, the Spurs are going to get Mike Conley and Marshawn Brooks. The Memphis Grizzlies get Marco Bellinelli, Davis Bertans, Pau Gasol, and a lottery protected first-round draft pick. So why does this make sense for both teams? Well, from the Grizzlies standpoint, I mean, you get some expiring contracts, you get the lottery pick, you get Pau Gasol, who once played for this team. That would be a nice little fun reunion, watch him play with Marc Gasol, of course. I feel like that would sell tickets, if anything. But ultimately, you get out of Mike Conley's 2-year plus a player option contract, which is at right now about $90 million. That's not a contract that's really worth it to them right now. I mean, it's like Mike Conley 2-3 seasons down the road is definitely not going to be a big-time player for this team right here. While on the Spurs, though, it's the perfect fit because we all know, what's his name, DeJounte Murray went down with that ACL injury, and he's going to be out the whole rest of the season, not to mention next year. It can take a whole year to get back from something like that. So right about the time DeJounte is ready to start balling out again, Mike Conley's contract is going to be up. If anything, it will be a one-year deal and be available to trade. But I ultimately think they would probably bring DeJounte off the bench until he's ready to go. And then it's like, Mike Conley kind of plays out this window of opportunity with DeMar DeRozan and also Marcus Aldridge. Once that team starts getting older, okay, you got your rebuild point guard DeJounte Murray to take over, it's good to go. So I don't know, man, I do definitely like these trades a lot, but let's go ahead and hop on to NBA 2K19 and see how exactly they would play out this NBA season. Okay, so let's go ahead and check out these lineups. These 76ers, of course, look like this. Ben Simmons, JJ Jimmy, Dario Saric, and Joel Embiid. For the Cavaliers, it's not looking pretty, man. Y'all got Larry Nance at power forward, Tristan Thompson at center. Jeremy Lamb out there, though, brings some scoring, so that's good at least. Celtics, no changes here because, of course, just losing Terry Rozier pretty much for that trade. The big time thing for them would be getting the draft pick. The Grizzlies, looking like this. Javon Carter getting a chance to start on this team. You got Pau Gasol, Marco Bellinelli out there, although, yeah, I mean, even like Jaren Jackson being like mentored by Pau Gasol would be pretty cool to see. For the Hornets, Kemba Walker with Kevin Love out there. Malik Monk getting a chance to start, so hopefully he can break out of his shell and bring some scoring numbers out here. We do have the Lakers with Vucevic getting the start, so we're looking pretty good at about 32 minutes a game. LeBron James would probably actually play a little bit more, probably closer to 36 minutes, although they do want to limit his minutes a bit more. For the Magic team looking like this, it's like y'all got KCP and some draft picks, so yeah, I don't expect them to make a playoffs with this lineup right here. Spurs, you got Mike Conley out there. The thing about this team, though, is that they would need to go out and sign some sort of like backup center because Ivan Robb, I think's how you say it, is their only current big man outside of the starting two. For the Suns, Terry Rozier, Devin Booker, TJ Warren, Ryan Anderson, DeAndre Ayton. This lineup is pretty damn good. Guy have good spacing, pretty decent defense out there, and I just feel like Terry Rozier would fit in perfectly. Although, I don't know, with Justin Jackson, he'll probably actually start with Ryan Anderson. It would be my predictions, but, maybe that's incorrect also. Timberwolves looking like this. Marco Fultz, Andrew Wiggins, Robert Covington, Taj Gibson, Karl-Anthony Towns. I feel like this is going to be fun to watch. I don't know how much success they would have initially. It would take a few seasons. And then, of course, we're back to the 76ers. So, yeah, man, I'm going to go ahead and simulate this NBA season. We're going to see just how good these NBA teams can really do. Okay, so one more game left in the season. Looks like the 76ers, 54-27, definitely benefited from their big-time trade. Get a W on the season. Here are the awards for you guys all to see. See if any of the players, you know, that were traded bounce out at all. And not really looking like it unless I'm blind and not seeing somebody. But hey, it's all good. It's all good. Like, y'all weren't asking to go to those teams to be like big time changers. Just, you know, go out there and ball out a little bit. Okay, so we got Philadelphia making the playoffs. Boston still made it. So no Hornets on there. No Cavaliers. Wasn't really expecting that. We do have Minnesota snagging up the 8th spot, so that's pretty good for them. The Phoenix Suns out there again, the 6th spot. Lakers did not make the playoffs, guys. Vucevic was not enough for the Lakers to make the playoffs in this case. Yo, let me go to the actual standings real quicker so we can see all these. Yeah, Philadelphia 55-27. Charlotte Hornets right there, 38-44. Barely missing the playoffs by about 2 games. Cavaliers weren't very good. Magic 25. Yo, the freaking Knicks, he had no respect on this game, dude. And then we got the Western Conference over here looking like this. I'm very impressed by the Phoenix Suns though at 47-35, which makes that draft pick to the Boston Celtics not as valuable, but that's all right. Yeah, I can't believe though, man. Like, the Lakers are 0-3 in real life to making this video. Memphis did not do very well. What about the Spurs? Also barely missed the playoffs with Mike Conley. So I guess DeRozan, Mike Conley, and LaMarcus Aldridge just is not enough to get it done apparently on 2K. But hey, player stats on the season. We'll check these out real quick so you guys can see all your favorite team. Jimmy Butler leading scorer for the 76ers. Let's go to the Cavaliers with Jeremy Lamb dropping about 15 per game. Colin Sexton looking good out there though. Celtics are still, you know, obviously that good because they didn't really do anything too big out there. Javon Carter, I mean, still looking pretty good as the starting point guard. Pau Gasol, Mark Bellinelli still added something to that team. Hornets with Kevin Love and Kemba Walker. I mean, leading scorers just simply was not enough to get it done. So Lakers, Vucevic still dropped to 17, 9, and 3. Also over a steal and a block per game. Barely over that, but still, man. Shot 35% from 3. I don't know where this team went wrong. It's just outside of Vucevic and LeBron, nobody else really stepped up to the plate. And then the Magic, yeah, I mean, I was not expecting much from them either. Nets, Nuggets, Pacers, Pelicans. Okay, what team was the next here? We got the Raptors, Rockets. Yeah, Spurs. How did this team not do well, guys? I mean, this is a good starting lineup. Like, the only thing this team was lacking was another big guy. That's all they needed to go out and get, and they would have been good. And then Devin Booker looking like that. We got Terry Rozier at 13 points, 5 rebounds, 6 assists per game. That's about what I would expect from him as a starting point guard with those other guys out there. Timberwolves doing that out there. Markelle Fultz, 12, 4, and 4. Covington, consistent. You know, decent numbers. Not great, but decent. Now let's go ahead and see who wins these playoffs. See if any of these moves at least paid off in that direction. Really, the only team I think has a chance is Boston and Philadelphia. But even Boston, it's not like they gained a player where that's the one that made the difference. Timberwolves are gone. 76ers eliminated first round to the Indiana Pacers. All right, so it looks like we got Phoenix, who's might get swept. Nope. Okay, they still got Houston. But looks like they might lose. Yep, Phoenix is gone. Boston's still in it. They have Toronto. Looks like it's not going to make a difference right there. And Boston Celtics gone. So it appears no matter which one of these trades go down, it's just not going to result in wins, man. Of course, it is NBA 2K19. It's really here just more for the discussion and everything. And give me your thoughts on these trades in the comment section below. Would you want to see them happen if you're a fan of the team? What type of trades do you want to see happen besides this? Thank you all so much for watching, and peace.